Alrighty, YouTubers, this is the Flicker98 here, and it's now time for me to show my big band collection for my long-awaited one. And now we're going to show you the big band LP collection, in which I got a lot of them. And we're going to start off with my favorite, Glenn Miller. And my collection, my Glenn Miller collection has actually grown since I last did it back in December. So, let's re-show it. And I got a lot of 78s by Glenn Miller, and we have the regular LPs, and we have a CD. I might want to start off with the CD first, because this is the only CD. This is the limited gold edition of Glenn Miller. Yep, has all the songs, the front, the spine, and here's the back. Has my favorite song, In the Mood, Chattanooga Choo Choo, The American Patrol, Strings of Pearls, Little Brown Jug, I've Got a Gal in Kalamazoo, Tuxedo Junction, At Last, St. Louis Blues March, and Pennsylvania 65000, and Moonlight Serenade. Yep, these has been restored to its original brilliance, which is pretty good. If you don't have this CD, I would recommend you try it out. Alright, now we'll get on to the 78s here. And start off with this batch of 78s that I have. Oh, hold on. I have to find the remote for a minute here. I gotta find it. So I can change my channel to the usual program that I watch. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, sorry about that. But let's get to it. Here's the 78s that I have here. These are Glenn Miller 78s. I got a lot of old this stuff. I got this last month, which, if you remember, I showed you on my 78 update. Here's the 78. This is Stardust by Glenn Miller and his orchestra. And the flip side is this is for Chris from Brooklyn. If you don't have this 78, you should get it. It's Pennsylvania 65000. Yep, he asked me recently if I have the 45 of it. No, Chris, I do not have the 45, but if I do find the 45, I would just be more than psyched. In fact, when I was at a flea market recently, I saw a 45 of Glenn Miller, but I didn't get it. Because I already got two 45s, so there you go. But I'll find it one day again, and I'll definitely get it. And here's Moonlight Bay, Glenn Miller. Flip side, Peg O' My Heart. Here's Indian Summer. And the flip side is Careless. Here's Bluebirds in the Moonlight from the Paramount Technicolor cartoon of Gulliver's Travels, which was an old cartoon back in the day. What's the flip side? What's the flip side on the 78? Yeah, as you can see, the 78 is not in very good shape. Yes, it is in terrible shape. Yeah, the flip side is Faithful Forever. And here's Anvil Chorus Part 2, and the other side is Anvil Chorus Part 1. Alright, that's it for this batch of 78s. Alright, here's more batches of 78s that I have here by Glenn Miller. Here's Out of Space, and flip side is So Many Times on the Bluebird label. Here's I Haven't Time to Be a Millionaire from the Universal film of If I Had My Way. And flip side is April Played the Fiddle. And here is Sunrise Serenade by which was the collector's edition. And flip side is Moonlight Serenade, which I know Home of the Good Guys, Chris from Brooklyn, has this 78 in his Glenn Miller collection, because he's also a fan. Alright, hold on. Yeah, it's okay. Alright. I'm stepping out with a memory tonight. And flip side, Devil May Care. Here's Spring Will Be So Sad. And flip side, Perdita. It Was Written in the Stars. Flip side, Johnson Rag. The Little Man Who Wasn't There. Flip side, The Man with the Mandolin. Here's Sky Fell Down. Flip side, Give a Little Whistle. That was from Walt Disney's Pictures Pinocchio. You remember that song? Yep, that was by Give a Little Whistle from Walt Disney's picture Pinocchio. Here's Let's All Sing Together. Flip side, Woodpecker Song. Speaking of Heaven. And the flip side, it's a single record. Flip side, Bless You. And there you go. Those are all the 78s of Glenn Miller that I have. Sorry I'm rushing because my battery's on its way to dying. So we'll move on to the next batch. The LPs. So here you go. This is Glenn Miller Volume 2, Legend Performer. Glenn Miller play selections from the Glenn Miller Story and Other Hits. 1956 pressing. I have the 1956 pressing. I have the 1960 pressing of it. 2 albums of Sympathy for Glenn. Okay. Glenn Miller Time, 1965. I have another copy of that. Here's Glenn Miller's Greatest Hits by the Reader's Digits label. This is from 1970s. I would believe so. And here's the 60s version of Glenn Miller play selections from the story. Yep, this is a 1960s.